This is my gaming setup. Over the past couple months, I've been constantly upgrading it, try to build the best possible setup that I can. And you guys really seem to enjoy this series so far, so in today's video, we're going to be doing the craziest transformation yet. Alright guys, so it is officially day one of transforming the setup, but before we can actually start transforming any of this setup back here, we're going to need some supplies. And there was really only one thing that we needed from the store, and that was... Do you guys have any double-sided tape?
It's gonna be in a yellow Scotch pack.
Okay, thank you. After the workers had helped me out, we eventually found the double-sided tape and went ahead and checked out. All right, guys, we just made it out of Hobby Lobby and we got everything that we need for the transformation today. The main thing that we needed was double-sided tape because we're gonna need to tape up all the panels onto my wall. But yeah, other than that, we should be good to go for the rest of the transformation. And with that said, let's head into the sponsor of today's video. So my friends over at Carperide were nice enough to send me out their new W903 monitor for your car. And those of you like me who have somewhat of an older car can understand how frustrating it can be to not have a touchscreen. Well, just by simply plugging in this product into my car, I was able to have a 4K display in front of me within seconds. It's even got CarPlay, but it also works for every Android phone as well. For those of you who aren't really familiar with CarPlay, it basically just takes your iPhone and displays it onto another screen. So you can have all of your apps like Spotify, iMessages, and even Apple Maps up on your screen. And I think definitely the coolest part about the product is the 360 dash cam that it features. I mean, that is pretty cool. As far as my honest opinions about the product, I thought that this was super convenient for me and I'll definitely be using it in my car in the future. Aside from a couple of latency issues, I think that this thing ran perfectly and overall I would definitely recommend it. And if you want to pick one up for yourself, I'm going to have all the links to Carperide's website down in the description below. And without further ado, let's head right back into the video. Alright guys, so we moved this setup about like a couple feet away from the wall, so we're gonna have room to put up the panels. It's actually kind of crazy to see the setup from like behind. It looks pretty cool. But anyway, let's head into hanging up all of the panels. Alright, so we went ahead and put tape on each of these corners right here and also one in the middle right here. I think in total we figured out it was gonna be like 24 panels total on the wall. So with that said, let's go ahead and put all of the panels up on the wall. This is gonna suck. Alright, so we officially got all the panels up on the wall right here. As you can see, we did like 6 across and then 3 down. Our next step is to take off all of the mounts on the back of the desk. That way we can add our RGB strip on the back of the desk. So now, let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, it is officially day 2 of building the setup. I just woke up, it's like 8 o'clock right now, and I feel like I have a lot more energy than yesterday. So like I said, the next thing on the agenda is to put these light strips on the back of my desk. So let's go ahead and head into it. At this point, this is like the 10th Govee RGB strip that I've actually put up. Like, it's actually insane the amount of light strips that I've had to put up. Govee, please sponsor me. All right, let's get these put up. Now, I'm not entirely sure how I want to mount this. I might put this sticky thing like on the desk right here. Maybe just like on the bottom right there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and try that. Oh my, these are really bright. All right guys, so we've now got all of the lights on the back of the desk and I gotta say this looks pretty insane. So the next thing we probably gotta end up doing is mounting everything back on the desk. That way we can move everything back to the way it was before. So let's go ahead and grab my new monitor and mount it on the desk. Alright, so we have been working for about like 2 hours now, and I finally got the first monitor put up. As you can see, it's going to be a stacked monitor layout. I'm going to have my primary right here, and then I'm going to have a secondary one up above. So let's go ahead and get the second one up, and then we can move on to getting our third monitor up. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got both of the monitors set up on the arm stand. But with that said, we've run into kind of a problem. All right, so as you can see, the bar back here is pretty tall, and I didn't end up measuring it beforehand. And I think if I move this whole entire setup back to the wall again, I think it's going to hit this floating shelf up here. So we might have to end up just sawing off the top of this bar right here, or we might just have to move the shelf up a little bit. All right, guys, it is a couple hours later. We went ahead and sawed off the top of this rod right here. So basically, this rod should fit underneath the shelf now, so we are good to go. And while we were at it, we went ahead and mounted our vertical monitor right here, like so. So this is what the layout is currently looking like right now. We have our stacked monitor layout right here, and then we have our vertical ultra wide right here. And yeah, overall, I am in love with this setup. And we also got a new black and white mouse pad because I'm going for like a black and white theme for this setup. So yeah, this is what we have right now. And so for our next step, we're going to go ahead and take these Govee light bars and put them underneath the shelf right here. This is going to create like a nice line underneath my shelf that can glow down onto the rest of the panels. So let's go ahead and put all of those up real quick. Alright guys, you can't really tell because they are just so bright, but we got the bars officially put up under the shelf. I think this definitely adds a lot to the setup because just look at that glow that it gives. Anyway guys, we are in the final stretches of the setup. The main thing left to do is cable manage, but I kind of want to save that until the desk is moved back to the wall so I can kind of figure out where everything's going to go. So let's go ahead and put up the final decorations that I got for the setup so we can move into the final steps of transforming the setup. Alright guys, it is the third and final day of building the setup, and the setup itself is looking absolutely crazy right now. I mean, look how beautiful this thing is right now. There's only a couple more things that we have to do today, and then the whole entire setup will be finished. It's actually crazy how different this looks than what my setup was before, but oh my gosh, this is crazy. So yeah, one of the main things that we have to get done today is cable management, and there are a lot of cords. Luckily, I got like these cable nets off of Amazon, and I think that's really going to help cable manage the whole setup. This is pretty much the final step before the setup is complete, so let's go ahead and get this done. Alright guys, so it is a couple hours later and we kind of have all the cable management done. As you can see, we put most of them up into this net right here. But with that said, we didn't have a cord for this monitor up here, so I think I'm going to go run to Best Buy real quick to pick up another cord. Other than that, those loose cords, I'm probably just going to tape up to the top of the desk. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. Alright guys, it is a couple days later now, and as you can see, the setup is completely finished. As you can see, we went ahead and changed the wallpapers to like an all white and black theme, and I think this looks so cool. The only thing we really changed about this setup besides the wallpapers is this light over here. This was actually sent out to me by a company named LE Power, and I'm going to be reviewing it in a future video. But for now guys, this is what we're looking at for the setup, and this is the finished product for the video.
I keep seeing demons when I close my eyes. When you see it, you're so blind. Everything in life feel like it's do or die. I keep seeing demons when I close my eyes. Please don't stay around. The truth is ugly, so I'll tell you pretty lies. There, I promise there won't be another time. I said I can't never go and